Alright, finals. We have the choice. We shall play first. Oh yeah, that's a keeper alright. It's a good hand. Very good hand. Ah, Sacred Foundry. You are Boros as well, sir. That was a good draw. Get that fixing going. Guess we don't have our double red for this Ripscale Predator yet, but that's alright. Your 2-drop is Halberdier. Alright. Well, we're going to offer that trade. Hopefully he doesn't block. Good. I actually like that more. Plays around tricks. Because that way we get our second Halberdier out, and then we can build towards leaving up the Boros charm for indestructibility. Don't need him to know about the green just yet. So let's see if he tries and smites. And if he does, then it's worth the Boros charm. Because we'll eat the smite and we'll eat this bomber core. I really hope he does play smite. Or shielded passage. Alright. I don't even necessarily understand that, but I accept. Little Boros or Zoff, huh? Alright, he's just going pure race here. Guess I can accept that. And Key Rune. Alright. That is tolerable. That was a good draw. Very good draw. Alright. He ultimately decides on Foundry Street Denizen. Still swinging in, so if I attack with everything next turn, I'm assuming he's activating Key Rune. I'm going to take this. He still doesn't need to know about the green just yet. So let's get in there. Might be able to kill him if he lets that infantry through. I guess not because he's going to gain the life. But let's see how he does it. Because even if he does some good trades, I should be able to get the Ripscale Predator. I guess then I die to active treason, so maybe that's not the wisest move. But we'll see how he blocks here. That's how he's blocking, huh? So I could kill the Key Rune and the Denizen, be left with a much more satisfactory board state. Could also take him to 1 Predator, and I die to... If he does Predator, if I play Predator and he has Active Treason, I die. Right? Based on this? Maybe not. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do I Boros Charm to kill Key Rune? It's not horrible. He has 2 cards left in hand. I really don't want to die to Active Treason. Really don't want to die to Active Treason, but does Boros Charm seem like a waste for killing a Key Rune? Not necessarily. Let's do it. Let's kill the Key Rune. Get him for 3. I think it's going to force him to be a little more defensive. That way we don't die to... we end up not dying to Active Treason, plus we kill a couple of his board threats. And we still have the Predator at our disposal the next turn, and that way we can, if we have to, we can keep back a blocker so we don't die to Active Treason. I guess it kind of makes sense to me. This way we don't die either to Active Treason yet. Oh wait, do we? 4, 7, 8, 9. No, we actually don't die to Active Treason. We were really close with just the Warmind Infantry and his battalion, but... That's curious. So he has a removal spell of some sort? Ooh, Madcap. Is Madcap good here? Madcap's not necessary here, is it? Alright. Well, I guess I don't play around Active Treason. Let's just go for lethal. Alright, that was interesting. I'll say that much. It's still pretty likely he's got Active Treason somewhere in there. He certainly is giving out an Active Treason vibe with that deck. I could bring in the guards. He's got halberdiers. I know it's awkward with the battalion, but actually I could cut a Scorchwalker for that pretty comfortably. Just get some more good defense to sit behind, possibly a little extort value. I don't know, it kind of makes sense in my mind. Yeah, I don't think that's bad. Gruul Charm, not that great in this match, I don't think. Yeah, I think I'm actually comfortable with this. Let's try this out. Great hand. All of our mana. 2 and 3 drops for days. Cannot ask for much better. Now, if he plays the Bomber Core next turn, do I still play the Skinbrand Goblin? That is the question. I think the answer is yes. Alright, well, he doesn't even have a 2-drop. Otherwise, he just sort of misplayed. That would be kind of funny. Alright. That's a good draw. That was actually a really good draw. I like that card for this match a lot. But and actually, it's awesome first spell to play. Oddly enough, even though it's not as aggressive as this Swarmine Infantry, it blocks the world, and all of my future spells are extort, which makes it good enough in my mind. Ooh, Denizen's pretty decent. All right, so we still play the guards. And we leave back the goblin. Let's go for the long game plan here. We have a good long game plan. Let's keep him off battalion for now. We've got some good value later in the deck, so I think it's better to just sort of extort away for a while. I think that's sort of the best route we can take. Interesting. So, I'm assuming he's not attacking with the Denizen, but I'm gonna trade with the Foundry Street for sure. All right, do a little damage prevention. Edict. That was a good draw. All right, let's do our infantry, get a little extort value out of it. And pass. All right. All right, transport's not so bad. So we could edict now. I think we just swing infantry, play infantry. Although then if he plays something, I can't block both of his ground guys. Yeah, I'll stay in damage prevention mode just a little bit longer. I think it still makes more sense. He's not in a great attacking position. Like I said, we have a good late game plan. We'll be able to edict that Legionnaire. Maybe he goes a little bit overboard and plays Madcap or something. All right. So I could do Edict now, but if I extort off the Prism, we're actually doing fine. So I think I'm actually going to do that instead. We're turning this into 1 damage a turn, plus we're still hitting him. Madcap for us is excellent. Let's go for it. I kind of like it. Alright, so now we're actually going to swing with the 2 infantries. Yeah, this is actually okay. Oh, wow. 100% was not expecting that. The funny thing is that's not even, I mean, I guess it's pretty good against us. I mean, it was, don't get me wrong, it was amazing against us right there. Just devastatingly good against us right there. But I think honestly, for the most part, that card's not that great against us. Because a lot of times we're just waiting till late game anyway. But yeah, I 100% admit in that situation it was devastatingly good. Devastatingly good. All right. So now we have to kill the. Oh, no, we have our own Legionnaire. Do I want to just edict now though? Maybe not. Let's uh let's just do a Legionnaire here. And we'll leave it back. Let's start blocking again if we have to. I kind of want to save the edict for like I'll play it on the Legionnaire next turn if I have to, but I'm gonna see how he goes about his turn here. All right. All right. Well, I can actually still trade for. Oh wait, I can just block here. Yeah. All right, let's do that. And let's do this. And I can trade the Legionnaires. I have so many more creatures I can get, right? And we're still extorting. I don't know. I think it feels right. It's like the question is, would I rather have an edict and 2 life, or a Legionnaire and be at 11 life? And I think I'd rather have the edict. All right. Aerial maneuver there is not terrible. All right, so he has 3 guys now. So I think at this point we just, yeah. Well, I'm a little bit worried about that, but I really didn't have a choice. I could have saved my. Let's take out the Denizen and continue to extort if we can. Unfortunately for us, we are gonna have to outdraw him, which for some reason I have a really bad track record of outdrawing people in top deck mode. It's kind of uncanny. I'm not sure exactly if that makes any sense, or why it would make any sense since it doesn't, but it seems to be. I'm kind of notoriously bad top decker. Plenty of good ones, by the way. Plenty of good top decks. So I can offer the trade with the armored transport. Guess it's not the worst. Keeps him off battalion, which isn't a big deal right now, but could be a bigger deal later. Didn't block. Okay. All right. Ooh. That's pretty good. So I can deal 5 damage to him that way. Maybe he takes this again? Can I be so lucky? If I can't, I think I still bust the charm to save the halberdier here. I'd rather have him play more defensively than trade here. Although this puts me at 3 spells away from victory, which is pretty good. And I'm only taking 1 a turn currently. I need to draw 3 spells. Currently have 10 lands, which means 7 of these 20 cards, which means I have a little better than 50% shot that I draw a spell each turn. I think actually the trade's better. I know that seems strange now after just saying that, but believe it or not, I think that trade is actually better for me because this is deals 5 and then any sort of spells after that. Oh wow. Alright, well, that's a little bit awkward. Looks like I gotta protect my Basilica Guard now. He's a little bit too important. That really sucks. I didn't want to trade a Boros Charm for that, but he's kind of forcing me to, because the Basilica Guard's a little too important at the moment. Alright. This is actually okay. It's kind of nice, but since I have the blocker for transport, does not seem necessary at this point. Definitely makes sense to attack, regardless of whether he's got it or not. The trick, I mean. Could have mugging. If it's something huge, I'm going to kill it. Yeah, that's actually okay. Not the end of the world. Ooh, ground assault too. Cool. Alright, let's kill this. Isn't it only when he's attacking, right? Like you're just blocking it. Alright. So I could still ground assault that if I wanted. It doesn't seem necessary. This Basilica Guard has done a whole lot of work. Uh-oh. It's got a trick, huh? Alright. Or not. Ah, Night Watch. Alright. Ah, that's too bad. Alright, so gotta go to damage prevention here. Need one of our fatty creatures. Clan Defiance actually would do it as well. Uh-oh. He just started top decking very well. Oh, just a Hellkite Tyrant, no problem. Ah. And Alex Stevenson loses another top deck battle. With the Extorter. Even when the odds are like stacked in my favor. That's funny. Yeah. Alright, so game 3. A lot of cards that would have gotten us out of that. Actually, about, what is it, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cards out of 16. So close to 50% of our top decks, or 17. Close to 50% our last couple turns there would have just been like, alright, you win. But no such luck. Alright. Okay, no red source, and this time we're on the play. Much, much, much more dangerous. But like I said, we do have 9 sources of red. We do have a Syndic. This is tough. I really don't know. I'm going to go for it. It's a pretty dangerous hand on the play. Really dangerous, actually. But if we get a red, we're fine. If we don't, we're in some trouble. All I can keep saying is 9 sources of red. So it's it's less than 1 in 3 that we top deck a. But that's only for mountains, keep in mind. It's not for land in general. Like, we still have a good chance of top decking land. It was just a matter of top decking mountains. In terms of remaining land, it's what, 15 out of 32. So we still have close to 50% chance of top decking a land every turn, and maybe like 40% chance of top decking a mountain. Maybe less than that, but close. There we go. I wish I could extort that. Okay. Yeah, I'm prepared to offer some trades. I could have played Warmine Infantry pass, but I'd rather have him trade. I'll give him the choice of the Syndic or the Wojak Halberdiers. I actually don't mind either way. Both of these creatures right now are pretty equal. All right, that's actually strange that he didn't block. He must have been anticipating a trick, but I'm happy that he didn't. That makes this play a lot easier. I think at that point he was best off blocking. All right, can't regen the Thrall. And we're going to have access to first strike next turn. So that's all well and good. If he attacks with transport, I'm definitely taking it. I'm much more worried about... He should be more concerned about himself on defense right now, in my opinion. So if he's not, then he has a combat trick, you know. And even like Furious Resistance at this point is not like a nightmare, because I still have stuff to do. Alright, double Furious Resistance. Martial Glory. Aerial Maneuver. So he's trading? That's pretty curious. I don't know if I agree with that. Wouldn't it have been better to do that on the Syndic? Man, a mana would be pretty good. Not gonna lie. Could play... Ooh, Rebel Belt Raiders is pretty good. There we go. Slam that guy. Broken deck? Broken? I don't know if I agree with that. Good when you have a bad mana base and you hit all your lands? Yes. I will agree with that. Our deck was a classic example of good cards, little to no fixing. I don't know if he can really attack here affordably. Just bank on me, what, blocking? Come on. Absurd draws? God, if he only knew it was in my hand. All right, won it on the back of Clan Defiance, and still have yet to activate a battalion on Firemane Avenger. I mean, I did that turn, but we didn't even get to see it. Boros Charm did a ton of work. Yeah, like the guy said, I had a good deck, but like I said, did not have a ton of fixing. So we were really banking on hitting our spells, and as you recall, there were a couple games where I kept shaky hands without a red source that just panned out. So it did work out, but it could have very easily not have worked out. So once again, I want to just keep reminding you players, there is a significant luck factor to this game. You know, I see so many skilled players and they just refuse to accept that the luck aspect of this game. It's so important. And that's why it's so easy to beat yourself up or beat up and say, hey, you know, don't you hate it when you have those people that are like, you're playing the worst deck ever, you're a terrible player, blah, blah, blah. You know, they just troll you hard because they're mad because they lost. But, I mean, it's luck. There's a lot of luck to this game. It's a lot of good distributions of land and spells. Did you see the low end of your curve, or did you see all your 4, 5, 6 drops in your opener? So many different factors to keep in mind. Yes, there is an extremely significant skill factor to this game as well, but don't ever, ever underestimate the luck factor of this game. And that's why you can't. And that's why, and I've done it too. You know, where I'll complain or whatever. I shouldn't though, because there's a luck factor to this game. You have to accept that. You have to accept that you can't always win. Even when you have sick, broken decks, you can still lose because distributions are out of your control, beyond your control. So there's my rant. Hope you enjoyed the draft. I certainly did. Be good to do some more drafts. So I'll see you next time.